Alright, so I've finally finished this set of 9 animations that I'm doing. I kind of got really badly sidetracked doing this. Cost me like over a month, which is ridiculous. But yeah, this isn't for the actual game itself. This is for the header of the game on the website. You'll see what I'm talking about in the next video when I actually code it in. But yeah, I'm going to consider this like a learning experience where I spent way too much time doing it. And I'm going to avoid that in the future. But also, I'm like essentially practicing animation. So if you look at my earlier animations and then compare them to these are better. So I kind of had to spend this last month animating in a way because I have to build up my skill level. Had I not done this, I'd still be like the same skill level as I was, back when I did the death animations, which aren't very good. But yeah, anyway, I essentially practiced animation for the last 5 weeks and then made some animations that aren't really that important. So yeah, I don't really feel that good about it, but at least I can get back to coding now, turn this into a header, and get on with the game. Stop being sidetracked and just get out of this like small rut now, because I haven't really made significant progress in the last month, which just feels really bad. But yeah, anyway, I'm done this first set of animations, which I'll show off now. And then I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna do some programming cleanup. Then I'm gonna get back to the actual game and make real progress again. But anyway, yeah. So this is one of the new ones I did where he's getting hit from this angle here. He's getting hit. Oh wait, my paintbrush is transparent. He's getting hit like in the back of the feet. So he's kind of like getting tripped from behind. And yeah, he just falls to the ground, and then his head does like a special kind of waving blob animation, and then he kind of just gets up, and that's it. This style of head where it kind of does like a rotational like motion is kind of different than the other ones. Normally I do like a back and forth like this. So he went like from this side to this side. Whereas and this one I did more of a circular thing. The circular one ended up looking pretty good, so I'm going to do more circular stuff. Yeah, so that's this one. I'll just go through them quickly, and then I'll go through them again with more detail. This is the next one. This one's getting punched in the stomach. This one ended up being too long. Yeah, so he's getting hit like right here in the stomach, and then he staggers around a bit. But yeah, it kind of ended up looking like he got sick. It doesn't fully look like he's getting punched in the stomach, but it's good enough. And the head on this one, it kind of just does a lava lamp type of circular motion, but it doesn't really work here. I probably should have just left the head perfectly circular. I don't think I really need to even do anything like this with the head, so I may change it later, but for now it's fine. This is one of the first ones where I did a full body ripple. So what that means is like the ripple starts here in his crotch, and then like it kind of comes out through all of his limbs. I had experimented with ripples mainly on the back before. And this is the first one I did for the whole body. So if I played just the ripple part's the best part. It's supposed to be like he's getting punched in the stomach. If you look at like older animations, like this one, I'm doing ripples like on the back. Like here, the back does a ripple. There's a lot of them where like, not here. Maybe here, no, not here. Oh yeah, the active one, the back does a small ripple. I'll show the active one because I fixed it actually. Let me just go back to that. I showed the active one last time, but it wasn't fully done, so I'll show it again. But first I'll just show the ripple. See, this is the back doing a little ripple here from the top to the bottom. Yeah, this is the finished active animation where he gets clicked on. it wasn't fully done last time. I had to mess around with the arms and stuff. I might end up using this for a different part of the site. It might not really work for what I'm doing here, but anyway. Yeah, I'll just show the last animation now. This one, he's getting kicked in the butt. So he's getting hit like right here in his butt, and then he kind of gets knocked forward. Then he kind of like takes a step with his hand, then he takes a step with his foot, and then he takes another couple steps to get back up. Yeah, this one I'm took way too long, and it ended up looking too similar to one of the other animations. This one looked too similar to I can't remember where it is. This one. Oh, whoops. The looping is kind of hard to deal with sometimes. Yeah, this one, he's getting hit in the back of the head, and then he falls to the ground, puts his hand on the ground, then gets back up. But yeah, this new one, it's like a better version of that one, kind of. Except instead of getting hit in the back of the head, he's getting hit in the butt. And yeah, the problem with this one is I didn't plan it out properly. And like the motion he's doing, the limbs are all overlapping, like here. So you can't really see what's going on. So like here, when the light red leg hits, it's actually doing a ripple through the ground here, but you can't even see it because it's covered by everything. And same with the hands, like when they hit the ground, they ripple, but you can't even really see it. You could only really see the back rippling, and barely, because it gets covered by this arm. But yeah, the problem with this type of animation is it ultimately gets flattened into one color like this. So it has to look good as one color. But when you overlap all the limbs, like kind of in this whole area here, it stops looking good as one color. So yeah, I have to plan my animations where they don't overlap the limbs as much, which is hard to do. But anyway, this one I'm kind of happy with the head. It's a little bit different than a normal head. It's kind of like, it's like wobbling back and forth, but not aggressively. It's more just like wagging back and forth. So you could see like when he gets up, it kind of just like wags back and forth. And when he's on the ground, I kind of like the wagging back and forth a bit. It's kind of funny because here, if you look at just the head, it kind of looks a little bit like phallic, which wasn't intentional. But here it looks like a limp, you know. But it's not supposed to look like that, just for the record. But yeah, anyway, I think this head overall looks pretty good. It's just, it does look a little bit weird here. But for the most part, it's fine. I don't think anyone's going to notice that. And it's also going to be like way more zoomed out, kind of closer to this size. So anyway. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much everything I wanted to show. I'll also show this thing here. This is, if you look at this animation here, at the start, just the back ripples. So you could see like the back does like a wavy thing. It used to be that the whole body was rippling. This is an older version. See, on this version, the legs also ripple. But I felt like on this version, it was too crazy. And it kind of looks like he's getting electrocuted. It doesn't really look like he's getting hit in the butt. It's just too hard to see what's going on, although it's debatable. This one with the extra rippling is almost better. But I settled on this one because it's too crazy with all that extra rippling. Let me just think. Oh yeah, there's one other thing I want to talk about. The head. Up until now, I've been letting things show underneath the head. So like normally there'd be an arm showing here. What I decided was anytime something's underneath the head and it's causing too much like chaos and confusion, I just go ahead and erase everything underneath the head. And then in other spots, like here, the arm doesn't get erased underneath the head because I feel like I feel like whichever part of the animation is more important, I want to favor that. So here, I consider the head more important because the arms are just a bunch of squiggle, twisted together, like confusion kind of. So I'd rather show the head here, whereas here, it's not as confusing, and the ripple is like the most important part. So I'd rather show the ripple instead on the arm. And also the head animation I might get rid of anyway, so I don't mind if it's like you can't really see it properly. But yeah, now if you go through the animations, like here too, normally you'd see a bit of this arm underneath the head, but now I only show underneath the head like here when it's not causing a conflict. And somewhere else where it is causing a conflict, like right here, I just erase underneath the head. So before you couldn't actually see the detail of the head, it would just see like the arms and stuff. But now I determine wherever there's a conflict, I favor either the head or the underneath limbs. But yeah, I'll also just go through and play the whole set here. So this is the head moving, this is getting clicked on, hit from the top, hitting the face, hitting the back of the head, hitting the front of the feet, hitting the back of the feet, hitting the stomach, and kicked in the butt. So yeah, this was like way too much work. I spent way too long on it, but at the end of the day, I needed the practice for animation in order to make them, when I later go back and do more important animations for the actual game, I needed practice. Essentially, I'm not good enough at animating, so this was like necessary practice. But at the same time, the amount of time I spent on it, it just feels bad, and I don't know, I need to get my mojo back and need to get like real progress again, because I don't want to just have this drag on forever. But yeah, the good news is, I mentioned this on the Discord, I'm officially calling it World's Hardest Game 5 now, and I have the legal stuff figured out, so that's not a problem. Up until now, I was gonna call it World's Hottest Game, and I'm not gonna go into all the details of that. But yeah, I'm really excited that now it's an official sequel and it's World's Hardest Game 5. I'm focusing all my attention on the stick version and the simple version, and then the real people version I'm gonna do later. So yeah, it's gonna be like different from the other World's Hardest Game 1 through 4, but fundamentally it'll be the same game. Anyway, I've said all this before, but yeah, I'm done this massive sprite sheet now, and yeah, I'm gonna go back to coding, and yeah, eventually I'll be back on I'm gonna code this into the website, and then I've got a bunch of miscellaneous coding cleanup to do, and then I'll be back on the game. So yeah, I need to get the ball rolling again. It's just, but anyway, the next video hopefully should be really good. I should have a really cool dynamic header next video. So I'm looking forward to actually coding this. But yeah, what's really important is that I get back to the actual game and start making like real progress on the game again. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna. Hopefully the next video should be really good. It should be a really cool dynamic header. And then after that, from that point forward, the future videos will be about the game mainly. Although this is closely related to the game. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to hopefully just get some really good progress going forward. It's just tough. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff that's making it harder, but ultimately it's... you can make excuses, but at the end of the day, like, there's no real excuse for it. I should be getting more done. But anyway, I'm still making progress. It's just not as good as I'd like. I keep looking to the side because I could see myself on this monitor, but I probably should look forward in the future. Yeah, anyway, that's it for now. Just the next video should be good. And then I should be back to the game shortly after that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, all that stuff.